In this video, we'll talk about the Order Porter feature of Quozl that we've recently implemented. Before we get started with Order Porter, I wanted to show you something new that we've just recently added, and that is the ability to include as part of your email quotes to your customer or an Order Porter sent to your customer. The actual customer, new customer application, we have one for both Alabama and for all the other states. This really replaces the old sales standard terms and conditions and credit application. We've renamed it to call it the new customer application. You want to send that to any new customer that we haven't yet actually added in our system and reviewed their credit and so forth. And you can just do that by just clicking on the plus button here that is on top of those documents, and it'll add it into the attachments section here under Publish and Deliver. So let's go ahead and look at Order Porter. The radio button is already filled in for Order Porter. Now, some folks have asked whether or not we can make the email PDF be the default for the radio button. That's not a feature that's currently available. It is something that I have asked Quozl about and hope to have that ready pretty soon. Now, you note that whenever Order Porter is selected as the Publish and Deliver option, this drop-down area here is already populated with the VT Accordion Premise Order Porter template. Now, there's also a VT Accordion PSA Order Porter template, and these templates are self-explanatory, and they are automatically associated with both our Premise Quote template and our PSA Quote template, so you really shouldn't have to do anything for any new quotes you do from here on out. Any of the old quotes that you wanted to use Order Porter with, you might have to click on the drop down arrow here and actually select the VT Accordion option either for Premise or PSA. These others are just defaulted from within the Quozl tool, and we don't really use them. So I'm going to go ahead and publish and deliver this document as an Order Porter. And so you'll see the screen that you see now shows that there in the PDF preview there are two links associated with this quote as part of the Publish and Deliver function. The first link is just to a PDF of the actual quote itself, same that you would see when you email a PDF quote to a customer. But additionally, when using the Order Porter feature, you've got another link here, and that's to the actual Order Porter package, a really nice HTML document we'll look at in a second. And then down here, you've got a customized email already populated for you. And this will include your account manager's signature and, of course, our classic venture and social media icons that we use in our email system. And then, of course, a link to the actual Order Porter quote itself. And you could edit this body if you wanted to add some additional messaging to your customer. You could insert that here. This is going to be the contact person from the quote inserted here, and then of course the from is going to be you or whoever the sender is, and the to is going to be the contact person on the quote. Now I'm going to go ahead and change this to be me for purposes of our demo here. And I'm going to go ahead and send this email, and when I do that, that's actually going to send an email, in this case to me, since I'm both the from and the to for demonstration purposes here. And that's going to include in it what you see here in the body of the email. And I've got that right here. And it's going to look like this. Just shows the body that we saw in the template that includes a link to the actual Order Porter. And I'll go ahead and click that, and that's going to launch a browser session. And there you see the Order Porter on the screen. It's been, of course, customized for Venture. Let's go through that. You'll see down here in the right column in this tower our Premise Solution, Collaboration Solutions, VT Cloud Services, and About Venture. And each of those are actual links to our website. You can tell that because as I hover over it, you see the hand with the finger pointing out, indicating that it is a link. Now, here we have a PDF of the actual quote, same as you would have if you just sent an email to your customer. And then in this section here, this is really the body and the essence of the Order Porter tool. you see a banner here, a bar for each of the tabs that are on your quote. And the reason this particular template is called accordion is because if I click the arrow here, you can see how it blows up and displays all of the items actually on that tab. And of course I can collapse that as well. And then in this area here, we have just a quote summary that shows one line per tab and the totals per tab. Now if this were a PSA, you'd also have a recurring column and a one-time column that would display both in the accordion area here as I expand it out, and also in the summary area. And then down here you'll see that the customer will also receive in this little box a list of all the quotes that are outstanding to the customer. These will be the ones that you have created and sent to the customer. And then in this area, if they have comments or questions about the quote, they can enter those here and submit those. You'll receive those via email. If the customer is ready to approve the quote, it's real simple. They just click on I accept the terms and conditions. They have to populate with their signature. Their email address and a purchase order number, and then click the accept order. And that indicates that the quote has been. So you'll note also that when the quote is visited, the account manager, the contact account manager on the quote, is going to receive an email with the subject order porter visited, and that's just going to include details about the fact that the customer actually opened up the quote. That'll actually also update the quote in Quozl in the audit trail and in the publish and deliver section as well. And then once the customer has approved the quote, you'll of course receive a notification indicating that. It'll be an order porter notification advising you of that. But the customer, for their records, will also receive a nice formatted email such as the one you see on the screen, just indicating that they have accepted and approved the quote. And it'll show an order summary of the quote, and of course still include a link to the order porter quote as well, and of course the rep's signature down in this area here. So that's Order Porter. I think you'll find it quite efficient and really add some pizzazz to our quote process and make it easier for our customers to do business with you. I hope you enjoy it. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact Kristen Hinton or Jeannie Hirschfield. They're very familiar with the tool and they are more than willing to help and understand what's going on. Thanks.